We want to hear from you. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or go to KCMXAM.com and go to the Talk to Us tab. Send us your thoughts. Lively conversations around news, politics, and people, plus local news and weather every 30 minutes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. 33 minutes after the hour, you've got the Sunrise Show right here on KCMX. And so excited. I'll tell you what, it's so fun to have in the studio with us this morning Coach Craig Howard, the head coach for the SOU football team, and Mike Beagle, who's the alumni director. And just, man, we got it all going on. Big time celebration in Ashland this week. And, of course, it's all going to culminate tomorrow at the Hall of Fame induction on the SOU campus. And, of course, the team, the SOU Raiders, are going to take on Montana Tech and their co-conference champions. And we just want to get right into it. So, Coach, thank you for coming in. Welcome. And Craig, appreciate you coming in, by golly. And then Mike as well. And you guys, so where do we start? I mean, this is a conference. I mean, Craig, you know, you've gotten your feet wet with the team. Got new uniforms, right? Did I see that?
Well, yeah, we've got some new away uniforms. We like to break out some new home uniforms next year. But, Craig, thanks for having us on the show.
Absolutely.
We got the same first name, and I see that your motto is a little bold and extremely fun.
Exactly.
And that kind of is like Raider football. It's a little bold and extremely fun.
You know, I love that. And, of course, you're a caveman, and then you were in Florida, and I saw that right away with Tim Tebow. That had to have been some pretty exciting football down there. And I know I spent some time in Alabama, and football is life down in the South.
Absolutely, Craig. You know, it was really fun. I spent 16 years away from Oregon down in Florida, Alabama, and football's king down there. And as a high school football coach, went in there to build a football program at Nice High School. And I was really fortunate to have a young man named Tim Tebow came along, and he made me a lot better coach, Craig.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. And just, you know, football in life down there, I mean, it teaches teamwork and execution, and really, you got to cut the BS, you know, down there. And that's at an early age, because we talk about a lot on the show around here, results rule. You know, we're talking about jobs and, of course, politics. You know, it doesn't matter what they've done, but what do they show for it at the end? And, you know, getting across the finish line. And I know that you deal with that in coaching. They have to execute the play. They can practice all they want, but show me what you're going to do right now, right here, right?
Yeah, it's all about the process, and the result would be a byproduct of what we do. We're trying to build our football program with character, strength, and honor, and I've tried to recruit kids in the state of Jefferson, from Eugene to Redding, Sacramento, Southern Oregon kids. Some of our best football players are right here from the Rogue Valley, in the grandsons of Fred Spiegelberg and Matt Retzloff and Ryan Retzloff. Those two guys are tearing it up in the Frontier Conference. We've got an offensive tackle that's got a 3.5 GPA named Drew Gibson. One of the first players I recruited right out of North Medford High School. Drew was about 6'6", 210 pounds, tall, skinny guy out of North Medford, Black Tornado. Right now, Craig, he weighs about 280, and he's carrying a 3.5 GPA. But
280?
Yeah, he's grown up a little bit. But,
yeah, I guess so.
He was an all-conference Frontier player last year. He's our right tackle. And last week, Jeremy Scottow from North Medford had 2 touchdowns on his birthday back at North Dakota when we played Dickinson State. So I really am happy that the local players, we put an RV on the back of our helmet, Craig, because we're Rogue Valley's team. And our Rogue Valley players are doing really well in our program right now.
Very good. Now, and we've got we're going to try to give away some tickets today as well for the game down there, tomorrow. And that's got to be. Hate to split the conference championship, but still, the numbers that you're putting up and building the program takes time, and you got to be patient with that. But I love the courage and honor. What was the other one?
Character, strength, and honor.
Yeah, character, strength, and honor. Absolutely. Love that. And they've got to have that. It has to be in every fiber when they're at every play with every hit, because they're hitting other young men, and they've got to have that take it as the field of competition and nothing more, right?
Absolutely. Again, I think football can teach a lot of valuable life lessons, and try to recruit young men that do have character, and once they get in our program, trying to maximize and develop that. I want our guys to be, when they get done playing with us, to have a diploma, have a national championship ring, and to be a man of character.
Very good. Mike Beagle was in the studio with us too, in class of '85, and director of the Alumni relations, and also a 3-time all-conference defensive back and co-captain in senior year. And Mike, you of course have got a lot of proud memories with football, and here you are back at SOU. That's got to be exciting.
It is. It's coming back here to the Valley, and then kind of coming in a year after Coach Howard. It's a thrill, and what they've done, I think, just in a short period of time, in terms of their hard work and coaching, recruiting, putting a product on the field that's amazing to watch. We run more plays than the Ducks per game. It's a great venue to promote the university. Have 4,000 or 5,000 people dressed in red, and it's a great venue for us, and we're excited about it and love having him here.
Well, and this is big time exciting for you, because tomorrow, right, Hall of Fame. This is going to be something else. So this kind of culminates everything that you do pretty much during the course of the year, because every year there's a Hall of Fame. I keep wanting to call it the Hall of Fame game. What actually is it the Alumni game? What do you call it tomorrow? What's that?
It's the Hall of Fame game.
Okay.
It's in conjunction with our Hall of Fame induction ceremony that starts at 9 o'clock. And then we have the tailgating begin, and then the game at 1.
Okay.
But, we're going to induct one of our local coaches that was a great Raider great, and Larry Benny. And
that's exactly
our fans
right.
out there recognize Larry Benny, another North Medford guy that coached at Southern Oregon. And Mike wants to recap Larry Benny's career.
Coach Benny was a longtime North Medford High fast pitch softball coach and a Hall of Famer in the national, I believe, Fast Pitch Hall of Fame, and great coach, great guy, baseball player for SOU back in the late 60s, and so he'll get inducted tomorrow, and he did a heck of a job for us as our fast pitch softball coach a few years ago as well, too.
Craig,
coach.
It's really a neat, I've been here 3 years now, and I always love this weekend because, I get up early in the morning and head on over and go to the banquet at 9 o'clock, and just to see the athletes that have been former Raider greats come back on campus. Sometimes we induct an entire team, whether it be a softball team or a basketball or football team, and sometimes it's just an individual. But it's a classy event, shirt and tie, and it's an honor for these people, just like it would be if they were inducted into the University of Oregon or Oregon State Hall of Fame.
Oh,
you were a Hall of Fame member, one of the greatest of the great players that have ever played at Southern Oregon University.
And, Medford has rich tradition in football, and it was for many years down at J.J. North's of the football, memorabilia, and showing all of the proud tradition of all the football players back before North Medford and South Medford football. And it went back for many years, and of course they've now got a memorabilia downtown Medford. But this is going to be great. So Larry Benny, former baseball player and softball coach, also former volleyball player Christina Matchett, right? And then former football players Nick Danikin and brothers David, Sammy, and Ted. I love that. Baba,
yeah.
Now, is it Surly?
Cyril.
Okay,
and
Cyril,
they're all
yeah.
from Hawaii.
There you go.
Great
okay.
guys.
Right, so
Very
they, the 93-94 wrestling team and then the 96-97 women's basketball team are the two teams that will be brought in for the 2013 Hall of Fame. Like you said, very exciting, and they worked hard, and a lot of proud tradition. And I know that Ashland comes out in great volume to see that on the Hall of Fame, starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow at the stadium.
No, that'll be in the Stevenson Student Union.
That's right. The Stevenson
so it's a banquet type deal, and a breakfast Hall of Fame meeting. Really well done. Matt Sayre, athletic director, and Bobby Hyken do a tremendous job putting on that. And then after that's over, the tailgating will begin. Mike Beagle is kind of running that, and then
very good.
I'll warm the team up, take them out. We'll play at 1 o'clock against
the
Butte Engineering School, Montana Tech.
So you've been obviously scouting Montana Tech. The players have been watching film and things like that. So What do you think? What do you think's going to be happening out there Saturday?
Well, we lead the nation in scoring and total offense and passing, and they've got one of the best defenses in the country. So it's going to be a great small college game where you match up against a great defense in Montana Tech and the Raider offense, led by our quarterback, Austin Dodge. He's just a junior now.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a gunslinger, Craig. He can fling it around pretty well.
You betcha. And you know what? I watched that clip from against the the Hornets. 56 each. And then there was an overtime score.
Yeah, they're a Division I program with 70 full scholarships, and we've got about equivalent of 4 or 5 scholarships. But we should have won that game. They scored in the last second to tie the game. Went into overtime last week. They beat Weber State 31-3, and it just shows the quality of our program. Our guys gave great effort down at Sacramento. They gave everything they had to win that football game. But even in a loss, I think we had a win because our guys came out of that with great confidence, knowing that we can go toe-to-toe with a Division I team that the year before beat Colorado and the year before that beat Oregon State. So here's a little old bunch of ragamuffins from Aspen out there taking a Division I team right down to the wire.
You know what? They had to be in their hearts must have been up in their throats that whole game because I watched and they were just racking up points, and Austin Dodge, talk about a gunslinger, he was throwing that ball around, and the plays that you put together, those combinations were fantastic.
Well, thank you, Craig. I've got a great staff of assistant coaches that are extremely hardworking, loyal, and competent coaches that coach our boys and love our boys, and it's a wide open offense and an attacking, swarming defense. But one of the neat things about the Sacramento State game was the number of fans. Mike, why don't you tell them about what we did down there in Sacramento with our fan base?
Yeah, we had about 1,500 fans dressed in red on our side, which was the visiting side, and the Sacramento State people, the athletic department officials said that they, even in their conference, the Big Sky Conference, Division I conference, that their opponents don't travel as well. So they were kind of stunned. I'm sure they liked the gate receipts, but it sounded like a home game, and I think you probably heard the video.
I saw it, and across the side, on the visiting side, there was this sea of red down there for the Raiders, and that had to have been shocking. And you know what? What's awesome is the team answered with a fantastic show. Yeah. I mean, you got to believe that the Sacramento Hornets, whoever went to that game, they're blown away. Yeah, they're happy about the W.
Right.
They're thinking, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. But they also know we escaped by the hide on our chinny chin chin, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because you were taking them to task. Yeah.
Well, since that game, we've won 3 in a row. Really proud of the effort our young men have given to get back in the hunt for the conference title and a chance to win a national title there at Southern Oregon University. Came awful close last year, Craig, and being on the 1-inch line in Iowa in the Final Four, and we win in overtime in that game. And so right now, if we run the table, we'll get back in the national playoffs and get a chance to win that national title. We're winning national titles in other sports. There's no reason that football can't win a national title at Southern Oregon.
Well, I'm pulling for you. I'm so excited I can't hardly stand it. I'm glad that that's happening. And with your experience going from Caveman and back to Florida and high school, and then coming back here and bringing that excitement back to Southern Oregon is pretty awesome. So just hats off to you, Craig, and just growing the program. I know it takes patience, but just like any of the other great football programs in Oregon, the Beavers and the Ducks, they grow it as well, and the recognition nationally to Oregon for football has hit the national stage, and I'm thinking that you can kind of glean off of that, and of course right here, local players, huh?
Yeah, and I'm really pleased, that the head football coach at the University of Oregon is a product of Southern Oregon
Absolutely.
University. Mark Helfrich was a quarterback back in the 90s, and again, I was the head football coach at Oregon Tech in those days, and we used to go toe-to-toe with the Raiders, and now I'm a Raider. But Mark Helfrich has done a fantastic job of taking over the Oregon Duck program from Chip Kelly. But I know our Raider fans remember him. I know, Mike, you have fond memories of Mark Helfrich as a quarterback out there for
boy,
us.
yeah. Was he, now where was because timing related to when you left, SOU went into the Army and everything, and when Mike, and we've got a call coming in. When was Mark there? Was he there?
92 through 95. And Mark was a freshman at SOU, And I was at Tigard High School coaching at the time. We played them in the semifinals at Autzen Stadium, and Mark was helping because his season was over at SOU, so he was helping his old high school coach at Marshfield High, and they beat us 14-8. So that's when I first met Mark. Great guy.
Oh,
Just
absolutely. Yeah, I've had him.
Top-notch, great guy.
I've had him when he was offensive coordinator. We had him on the show just briefly, and of course now it's pretty tough. But hey, we've got a caller on the line. We've got to take a quick little break. So let's see if we can't do that and talk to our caller and then come right back. How's that? How about that?
All right.
All right. I've got head football coach from Southern Oregon University, the Raiders, the Mighty Raiders, right here in the studio, along with the alumni director Michael Beagle, and we'll be giving some tickets away when we come back. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Sunrise will return in a moment on KCMX News Talk 880. A little bold and extremely fun, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. on KCMX AM 880. Lively conversations around news, politics, and people, plus local news and weather every 30 minutes. Here's Craig.
Good morning, welcome back. It's the Sunrise Show right here in KCMX, and I tell you what, if you're just joining us, we've got head coach for Southern Oregon Raiders, Craig Howard, in the studio, along with alumni director Mike Beagle, and so excited you're with us this morning. And I tell you, it's going to be a great event Saturday at SOU campus. 9 a.m. is the beginning, so you want to get there early, get parked, get situated. It's going to be the Stevenson Union as far as the Hall of Fame Awards. They're going to start that at 9. And, of course, many of the Medfordites will recognize Larry Binney. He's being inducted, former baseball player and softball coach at SOU before he came to North Medford High School, along with former volleyball player Christina Matchett, and then former football players Nick Danikin and brothers David, Sammy, and Ted Baba Searle. Part of the all of those players, of course, joined the 93-94 wrestling team from SOU, and also the 96-97 women's basketball team, and they broke all kinds of records. I was reading on them. It's amazing. First team to get to Final Four, right? The top four there. So very exciting. Well, we've got some tickets we're going to try to give away, and then anything else you want to finish up with?
Well, I think one of the things that Bobby Hyken and Matt Sayer, our athletic director, have done is we've purchased some T-shirts. So the first 1,000 people that come to the game get a Raider T-shirt. It's Operation Red. We want and if you don't, we want everybody wearing red, kind of like Nebraska, the sea of red out there.
It.
And, one of the things that I did change when I came here is, to create a new identity and a new spirit in football was go back to the old days of Al Aiken, and Danny Miles was the quarterback, and they call them the Red Raiders. We're still the Raiders now, but before I came, they were all black uniforms. So we come out with a new white helmet and red jerseys, and it really is a classy looking uniform.
Oh, yeah.
And people that come to the games, it really helps our players when we fill the stands and everybody's wearing red up there. So this is Operation Red at Southern Oregon, and the first 1,000 fans that come to the game get a free T-shirt.
That's a lot of shirts. That's
a lot of people. Yeah,
exactly.
A small college football game. My goal is to fill that stadium, standing room only, and make football more than just a game, but a social event, tailgating, just bands playing, people singing. A joyful day in a beautiful Southern Oregon.
And the weather is going to be perfect. It's scheduled to be perfect. And, of course, with that little bit of breeze, that's got to help related to just maximum output on the field.
Well, if you've never seen a college football game, this is a wholesome environment. Your family's safe. It's a fun environment. We're a wide open. We try to run more plays than any team in the country. And it's an exciting college atmosphere. And bring your family out and watch a college game. If you're just a fan of football, you'll never see a finer quarterback than Austin Dodge, our junior signal caller. And our offense, we try to run a play every 10 seconds. In fact, Mark Helfrich was talking on the radio one time, and he said, they asked him a question. They said, the Ducks are the fastest team in the country in running plays. He said, no, my alma mater is a little bit faster. that made me feel good.
Yeah, no kidding. He had to kind of cough it up. And of course, Mark's great with character and tells he's just a wonderful individual, and so I'm glad that he did.
Yeah, one thing, Craig, I heard that the Ducks are going to give away some backpacks to kids down there in Colorado to help those students that...
that flood victims.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
It is. And I don't know how they generated that, but the fact that the University of Oregon, they knew they were going to Colorado, probably with Mark, I'll bet, because he was at the Colorado there for a while.
Yeah, he was
for the
coach
Buffalo
of Colorado State.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he probably said, let's do something.
Yeah.
And
what a neat deal. And it shows that football can do more than just play a game. It can impact lives. And to help those young children with backpacks for school supplies is tremendous.
Well, courage.
Character,
strength, and honor.
You
yeah,
bet. That's
absolutely.
What it's all about.
And, these young men are going to remember this for the rest of their lives. Mike, with your years at SOU, you've probably got incredible memories and skill building and, and the character that your former teammates had. You can probably follow some of the teammates where they've gone and what football has done. What a great American treasure, I would say.
Like Coach says, it's more than what happens between the lines. It's an event. It's family fun. We've got our Hall of Fame induction at 9. It's open to the public in the Stevenson Union tomorrow. 10:30, we start tailgating down in the corner of Whiteman and Iowa Streets. And interestingly, on a teammate note, my 1983 Hall of Fame teammates will be in town for a 30-year reunion, and our coach, Chuck Mills, is coming over from Hawaii. So we're going to be in town.
Oh, great. See, I knew that was going to be happening, and this is what's so exciting, and that's why the fervor tomorrow is going to be crazy because of all the get-togethers and with everybody coming back to be part of this induction. It makes it a very, very serious and wonderful celebration, which exactly what it should be is a Hall of Fame. So,
well, Craig, I want to cap it off with a great football game and stay in the hunt for that national title. Montana Tech, we've played them 5 times, and it's a bit of a rivalry, that it's pretty intense for us. And so, a little more spice, a little more excitement when you play a rival game.
Now, are they going to be in town this afternoon for warm-ups?
Yeah, they'll travel down and have a practice walkthrough probably at our stadium this afternoon, and then stay the night in Medford and get ready for a 1 o'clock kickoff and let the fur fly.
Oh man, there's so much going on tomorrow. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you're driving by SOU or on the interstate and you hear the big crowds, because you can hear it from the freeway with your window down, and you can hear it in town when the game is going on. You can hear the crowd. The game's 1 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll be working on tickets and everything else. In fact, give us a phone call, 541-772-8255. See if I can squeeze you in, and then we'll run out of time. So, Craig, thanks so much for coming in, and Mike, great.
Thank you.
Great work, you
Craig,
guys.
Thanks for having us on your show. It's been great.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime, and always remember to be a little bold, and it's extremely fun.
That's exactly right. And anything we can do on this end, we'll always plan on doing. So, all right,
Thanks,
ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us today. Thank you so much. There is so much going on. Enjoy the weather. Make the weekend the best you possibly can. And if you need anything else, KCMXAM.com. Give us a call at the studio, 541-772-8255. Stand by for Real Estate Today with David Wright and the gang. And then at 9 a.m., the Mike Huckabee Show, right here on KCMX News Talk 880.
Start your day off right. Catch the sunrise on KCMX AM 880. Sunrise, where it matters what you think.